Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to learn how to clean casings. I store my casings in this container. I also have a few bags in the refrigerator, and the casings are stored in salt. And what I'll be doing is showing you how to clean them to prepare them for when you make sausage or a capicola. So let's open this package up. Let's see. Okay, the first package I came across are beef middles. Now these are a little bigger than sausage casings, but the process is the same. Now these are all stored in salt. Sometimes the salt breaks down into a liquid like this. Can you zoom in on that, Steve, so people can see it? Okay, and oh, this is a short one. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is give it a quick rinse to get rid of this salt. Okay, let's go to the sink. Okay, we're at the sink now, and you can see the salt in here. Sometimes the salt stays dry, but other times it turns to a saline solution. It depends on how wet your casing is. So let's just give it a rinse with cold water, and we'll get the bulk of the salt off here. I'll show you. I'm just going to work in the sink itself. My sink is clean. I scrubbed it before I started working. I can't find my stopper, so I don't know what this is, but it works. Now the salt is also on the inside of the casing. So you have to open it up and fill it up just like you would fill a water balloon. This is a fat casing. This is about 2 inches, probably 2¼ inches. Now we want to rinse that. You can see the water's flowing out of it. And we'll just let the water run for a little while. I'll hold this end so it'll fill up with water. My dog is right underneath me. I guess he can smell the casings, and he's always looking for food. He's always looking for a handout. Aren't you, Buster? Okay, the casing is filled, so we'll empty it out. Now, we need to turn the casing inside out. We need to clean the inside really well. The easy way to do this is just put it inside out like that, make a little pocket, like a purse, and then fill it with water. And the weight, as you can see, pulls the casing through. And now we're inside out. The casing is inside out. Now let me just shut the water for a second. You can see there's fat on here. All casings have fat on the inside of them. I believe I trimmed this one already because usually the fat is much heavier on the inside. It won't hurt you if you leave it on there. And also, when I fill my casings, no matter what it is, whether it's sausage, a capicola, or a big summer sausage, I always fill them inside out so that the clean, smooth side is against the meat. So let's just rinse it for a little bit, drain the water. Now we want to rinse it about 3 times to make sure it's clean. Now, this casing isn't ready, but let's say I did finish rinsing it 3 times. What we do is we put it in water, and believe it or not, I don't have any lemons here. What I usually do is cut up a lemon, and I put the lemon in the water. And I leave it in there for at least 12 hours. these casings really have no smell, absolutely no smell, but it's always good to, sometimes casings can have a funky smell. Just think where they come from. They're the intestine of the animal. So they do have a smell sometimes when you receive them. But if you rinse them and pack them in new salt, you shouldn't have a problem with them. And the smell will go away. So, next thing we want to do, say we're finished making our sausage. We want to try to dry out the casing. Get as much water off of the casing as possible. You could use paper towel, which I have right here. And you just want to dry them as much as you can. They're a little slimy, not slimy, but very slippery because of the water. And let me put them there for 1 second. I'll be back in 1 second. I need to get a bag. So, you finish with your project and you want to save your casing. What you do is you take your casing, put it in a Ziploc bag, and add salt to it. And you can't use too much salt. Now, more than likely, because I didn't dry this as well as I normally do, this is probably going to turn into a saline solution. But either way, it's still protected. You can see how much salt I've used. And you just want to pick it up and make sure all ends of both sides of the casing are covered. And then you just zip your bag back up. Write on the bag what type of casing it is, whether it's a beef middle or sausage casing. Write the millimeters. In this case, this is 2-inch beef middles, so I'll write that. And then this goes back into the refrigerator. And as I said, I have that, as you saw, I have that small bucket that I keep all my casings in. And that's it. Today you've just had a quick lesson on cleaning and storing casings, intestines. If you have any questions, leave them for me down below. And please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.